What's up, Habibi gang? Back again for another deep dive with us here at Pundit Habibi podcast. And, we got to talk about Man City. This was a shocker this week. Lost again.
Oh, man.
And not to just, okay, Aston Villa humbled them.
Yeah.
2-1.
Wow.
5 away games in a row, no wins.
I know.
This is the longest streak under Guardiola.
Longest away game losing streak for Guardiola.
What is going on?
Well, I think what's so fascinating about this, it's not just a dip in form, right? Like, you're seeing fundamental cracks in City's usually impenetrable system.
Right.
It's almost like the league has figured them out.
So let's break down this Aston Villa masterclass Habibi gang, because they played like they had City's playbook, knew exactly where to hit them. First off, Jhon Durán, that Colombian striker, he is turning into a goal machine.
Yeah.
He's basically scoring every time he starts.
Yeah.
7 goals already in the Premier League. And this game was no different.
It's not even just the goals themselves, it's how he's getting them.
Right.
Durán is exploiting the space behind City's high defensive line.
Right.
They're so used to dominating possession that when teams like Villa hit them on these quick transitions, they're just caught out.
Yeah.
And Durán's pace is lethal in those situations.
Can we talk about Morgan Rogers?
Right.
Former Man City player, comes back to haunt his old team.
Oh, yeah.
Goal and an assist.
Ugh.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
Rogers was the danger man all game. He was involved in almost every threatening attack that Villa created.
Right.
But I think his performance speaks to a larger issue with City.
Okay.
They're struggling to contain these quick, skillful wingers who can exploit the space left by their attacking fullbacks.
I mean, it felt like Villa was playing with an extra man out there at times. Their passing movement, just the sheer intensity. City had no answer for it.
And that intensity forced errors, rushed passes. City was playing right into Villa's hands. It was like a perfectly executed plan to disrupt City's rhythm.
Yeah.
And it worked brilliantly.
Yeah.
They never let City settle.
Let's rewind to that first goal, Habibi gang. 16 minutes and Durán gets the ball in the back of the net. 3 passes, and that was it. City's defense looked completely lost. It all started with Tielemans drawing John Stones out of position.
Exactly. That left a gap.
Yeah.
And Villa was ruthless in exploiting it. You could see the frustration on Guardiola's face.
I bet.
This wasn't just a fluke.
Right.
It was a clear tactical vulnerability.
It's like Villa had done their homework. They knew exactly where to hit City. And they did it with precision. Even Haaland, their star striker, was a ghost out there. Only 1 touch in the Villa box all game.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It's almost unthinkable, right?
Yeah.
It's a combination of factors. I think Villa's defense did an exceptional job of denying him service.
Right.
But you also have to wonder if City's become too reliant on Haaland. Their play has become predictable.
Okay.
And teams are figuring out how to shut him down.
And then there's that Rogers goal just before halftime. Beautiful football from Villa. Kovacic had no chance as Rogers just brushed past him. Yeah. Started the move, finished the move.
Yeah.
Pure class.
That goal just highlighted City's defensive frailties. They're making uncharacteristic errors.
Right.
Individual mistakes are compounding.
Yeah.
And they just don't look like the same impenetrable unit that we've come to expect.
This wasn't just a loss of BB gang. This was a dismantling of everything we thought we knew about Man City.
Feels like City are caught in this vicious cycle. Their usual dominance is gone, so they're pressing harder, making more mistakes, and that just fuels their opponent's confidence,
And you saw that in the way Villa controlled the midfield.
Yeah.
They didn't allow City any time or space to dictate the tempo. Kamara, Tielemans, and Ramsey, that midfield 3 was absolutely bossing it.
Yeah, it was like watching a chess match where Villa was always 1 step ahead. They knew exactly when to press, when to drop back, and when to exploit the gaps City left exposed.
Yeah.
It was tactical genius from Villa's manager.
And remember that moment in the second half when Cash nearly scored? Tielemans with that beautiful run then, instead of passing to Kamara, who was wide open, he goes for the shot himself.
Talk about a heart-and-mouth moment for City. Oh, if that had gone in, it would have been curtains for the champs.
Right.
But even after that scare, City just couldn't find a way through Villa's defense.
I mean, they tried, right. Pep even made 6 changes from the previous game, but it felt like they were playing catch-up the whole time. It wasn't the City we're used to seeing.
Yeah, those changes didn't seem to have the desired effect. You could see Guardiola struggling to find the right adjustments. He even admitted after the match that he wasn't in the right headspace to make creative tactical changes. That's how deep the slump is for City.
Think about that, Habibi gang. Guardiola, one of the greatest tactical minds in the game, admitting he was feeling helpless. That's a sign of how well Villa executed their game plan.
Absolutely. Villa had them figured out. They knew that City's fullbacks especially push high up the pitch. That leaves space behind them. And Villa was ready with those lightning-fast counterattacks led by Rodgers.
Yeah.
It was a clinic on how to exploit a team's weakness.
And it wasn't just Rodgers. Durán's movement was exceptional. He was always finding space, pulling defenders out of position, creating
Right.
havoc.
Their link-up play was phenomenal,
Yeah.
constantly switching positions, interchanging passes.
Right.
City's midfield couldn't handle it. It was a complete tactical breakdown from City, and Villa capitalized on every mistake.
Let's not forget about Emiliano Martinez in goal for Villa. He was immense, making crucial saves, keeping City at bay, even having a bit of fun with Grealish in the tunnel at halftime.
That's right. A little bit of mind games never hurts, does it? But in all seriousness, it was a complete team performance from Villa.
Yeah.
Every player knew their role and executed it perfectly. They played with hunger, passion, and tactical discipline.
They deserved that win. There's no doubt about it. It was a painful lesson for City.
And it raises some serious questions about their ability to turn things around. So, Habibi gang, we've broken down the game, but what does this loss actually mean for Man City? Is this just a blip, or is this the beginning of the end for their dominance?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, on paper, they're still a world-class team, packed with talent. They've got Guardiola. They've got the resources.
But something's off. They've lost that swagger, that aura of invincibility.
Yeah, it's not just the results, it's the way they're playing.
Right.
Exactly. It's more than a few bad games. You have to wonder, have other teams figured out how to beat them? Are they becoming predictable?
And what about the mental side of things? These players are used to winning. Now they're facing adversity. How do they respond to that?
Yeah, it's uncharted territory for them. This is the most losses a Guardiola team has had in years. The pressure is immense. They're expected to win every game. This could make or break their season. This loss to Villa could be the wake-up call they needed. Sometimes you need to hit rock bottom to rebuild, but it's going to take a monumental effort to turn things around.
They need to rediscover their confidence, their ruthlessness, and they need to adapt. They can't keep doing the same things and expect different results.
It's going to be fascinating to see how they respond. This season just got a whole lot more interesting at BB Gang.
No doubt about it. The Premier League is wide open now. Teams are smelling blood in the water, and they're coming for City.
Make sure you subscribe and tune in daily for more in-depth analysis and spicy takes on all the football action. Until next time, Pep BB Gang, peace out.